Hi all, and welcome to this spring-summer semester for 2025. I'm going to handle this introduction, information, opening movie very informally. And to get right to that, my name's Brian Sorial. I'll introduce myself in a few minutes, and you will see me a couple of times in the movies that I'm going to show you. But I want to take the time to let you know the important factors of the spring-summer course. But before we do that, here is a picture of my sweet dog, our sweet dog, who reminds me of what's important in life, which is family, health, and work. Probably in that order too, family, health, and work. More than school, more than anything, okay? And so remember that as I'm going through the description for this class, okay? This is a little girl's name is Scooter. She's 12 years old, and she is the queen of the house. Anyway, and I do a million dog portraits and I'll show you those in a few minutes, just because you're going to see my portfolio. But this is a spring-summer course, and what I want you to understand from this shortened spring-summer course is first, second actually, how important it is for you to understand my philosophy of teaching. It's probably not what you expect, okay? Second, I just want to get you who have not been in Canvas to navigate for the Monday morning when class starts. I want you to navigate from the Macomb webpage, the home page right here, which I think all of you know how to get on that, of course. And then you click your My Macomb page, and then over to the right here, or to the left, my other right, you have a Canvas item here, right? So you're going to click the Canvas item, and I'm going to close these as I don't need them right now. So now when you click Canvas, you are on this page right here, okay, which gets you into your courses, and it gets you into some important items that are within what I'm going to call the dashboard or the left menu here. So if you don't see your class on Monday morning, when you click courses, see the second one down is courses. If you don't see your class right here, okay, and I'll show you this number a couple of times, go scroll all the way to the bottom here and call this number that I'm highlighting. You don't have to write it down because it's in the syllabus, but I'm highlighting that number right there. Just call them and say, why can't I get into my class? And there might be a couple of reasons why you can't get into the class, and even though it's open on Monday morning. So we're going to explore that, okay? One of the things, if you've had Canvas classes before, and I want to get this because I'll probably forget, I want to get this out of the way right away, is sometimes, and Canvas doesn't tell you this, they limit your ability to upload or download files. And I want to show you where the fix is for that right now. So I'm going to click My Account, my upper little left icon. And inside, I'm going to go to Files. And I'm going to see that I have, if you look at this number here, I have 118%, which means I'm 18% over my allotment of the horrible 50 megabytes that they give us. That's it. They only give you 50 megabytes. It should be like 500 megabytes. How do you fix that? How do you get it below? I've had several students who said, Brian, I tried to upload my assignment and it wouldn't let me upload my assignment. Okay, and so this is why. So if you click up here, Conversation Attachments, okay, you're going to see, and as I didn't delete these on purpose because I wanted you to see that I had 118% over, I had 18% over. So I'm going to click the first one, and I'm going to scroll down and shift click so they're all selected here. You should probably go through these and maybe just click one at a time, but watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to click the trash can right there, and I'm going to delete all of these, and then I'm going to refresh my screen. But look at it, still says 118%. I click the refresh my screen, And now it says 0%. So now it'll let me upload files. Now you've got to do this once or twice or 3 times a semester so that, and Canvas doesn't tell you this. They don't say, well, go to this place and go to that place and delete your files. They just say, I'm sorry, we can't upload your file. So, and it gets very, very frustrating. Okay, so I'm going to quit that page and I'm going to go back to Canvas, but I've already clicked. Here, I'll just go ahead and do it again. I'm going to click Canvas. I'm going to click my course. Now my course shows up because I called that number, and I'll show you where the number is because I'm going to send you the syllabus in the opening email with this movie. So I'm going to click this, and you're going to see that this is the home screen for your class. And it starts with a week 0. This is just information stuff in here, of which I want to go through. Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything. I want you to know right off the bat, though, and I have about 4 things I want to say. You're going to see in this 8-week semester that when you scroll down, you're going to see week 1, week 2, but I'm going to go all the way down and you're going to see, well, how come there's a week 9? And how come there's a week 10 and a week 11? It's because this is a 16-week module set up here in Canvas, and I'm using the same one for the summer course, but I'm going to click the syllabus. So I have this window open again. Okay, so I'm just going to go like that and click it just like this. Now, so I have 2 windows, same window right there. Let me just move this one over. So now I'm going to click this and click the syllabus right over here on the upper left. And in the syllabus, if I scroll all the way down to here, and I have this in a couple of places, you're going to see how I developed or how I shortened the 16-week semester into 8. So right there, if you can read this, it says week 1 and week 2 in the normal 16-week semester become end of week 1 in the red text. Week 3 and 4 in the normal 16-week semester become the end of week 2. Now, let's go all the way down to week 16 and 15 and 16, which means that's the end of week 8. So that's how we're going to do it. So I want you to print out the syllabus and make sure you have it next to you when you're going through this, which are the normal modules. So you have to know that all of these items that are here that I'm highlighting for week 1 and for week 2 have due dates that all say May 25th. Okay? So yes, the class starts this upcoming Monday, but we couldn't in MACA not deliver the amount of information that's necessary for you to become good at Adobe Illustrator. Now, to that end, I'm going to immediately go to something in week 0, which is me. So I'm going to go to About Your Instructor, because it's time before you panic and drop the class, which I don't want you to do, because you're going to have a really fun time with this. Just know, fun includes frustration, it includes excitement, it includes passion, creativity, so all of the above. So let me click this. Now I want to read this with you, okay? And you're going to read it too on Monday morning, but it says, Dear students, I am not your usual professor. I have over 40 years with both teaching experience and as a world represented commercial illustrator from MCC and from CCS, taught there for many years. I want you to understand for the first moment of this class, I am not focused in projects or grades. No. Building great portfolio presentation packages is the total secret to getting a great job. Not grades, not GPA. And this isn't in the text, but I'm just telling you, that's why commercial art and multimedia is different than any other career pretty much, okay? So here's an example. What if you got an A in acting school, but you couldn't get past the screen tests? So the A doesn't mean anything. They're not going to hire you because you have an A in acting school. It's how well you perform. It's how well your portfolio is, if you got the analogy there. So, not grades, not GPA. Both are important, but it's the portfolio that will land you your first career dream job. So sit back and know that I will help you through all the rough spots. And what I mean by that is the spring summer course is a shortened version of the normal MACA 16-week semester. It's an 8-week semester. Again, I say, do not panic, as I state that all the content of the 16-week semester is still required for the 8-week semester, but understand, I know that sounds overwhelming. All I ask is that you try to keep up with the weekly schedule of exercises, activities, and assignments. Listen to this. I will not fail anyone who puts in a good effort. I'm not asking you to complete everything. That last sentence isn't in this paragraph. I'm asking you to just do the best you can. I will not fail you if you do that. Just keep the Canvas email line of communication open between us and let me know if you need extra time on anything. Or if, as I stated to you before, family, health, and job situations cause delays as well. I am here for you. Again, just try to enjoy the creative journey that you are about to experience. Concentrate on your creative delivery more than deadlines. I didn't put more than deadlines in this paragraph, but I want you to understand I'm not deadline driven. I know that you know that if you're in industry and the client wants a job on this particular date and you blow that deadline, you probably won't have that client anymore. Now, you know that as much as I know that. Fact, in 40 years, I've never blown a deadline. If I had to ask for more time because of the quality of the job, which wasn't many times, I would communicate with my client and get that time and build it into the whole job. You understand? Okay. And also know that you must go through the weekly modules in order. Let me say that again. During your creative journey, you cannot skip around. You have to go through the weekly modules in order. Each completed item in the module opens the door to the next item, and so on. Okay, this is my portfolio. And you can go through it because I have a link there. Now I do dog portraits from all over the world, and I love it. But I have done work for Star Wars, Star Trek, all the major Fortune 500 companies you could probably name. And that's what gives me the creative excitement to deliver this message to you. So I say down here, welcome to this online experience. I want you to read all this. I want you to enjoy meeting me. Let's build a relationship. I mentor so many students after the class is over. But I want you in this Brian Sorial portfolio movie to give me a couple minutes of your time and I won't play the whole thing, I don't think, but even though the sound is like through this little speaker here, I am going to play it. And I just want you to just listen for a sec, okay? I am creating this movie so that you can see my graphic portfolio, my love of teaching, and my love of writing. I have been a professional for over 40 years in the commercial art field, and I love what I do. I absolutely adore it. I love getting up on a Monday morning and going to work. So I want to show you the aspects of my professional career. From a globally represented professional commercial illustrator through Sorial Illustrations, and as Professor B, lead faculty of Media and Communication Arts at Macomb Community College. And although I've stepped down from the program coordinator position, which I cherished for over 25 years here at the college, both careers have made me, as I said, want to get up and want to create every day. So I felt it was important that you see me, the person, before you see me, the artwork, and the other things that I love to do, especially guiding and mentoring students through this program here that we've created at Macomb Community College. So welcome to my portfolio, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care. Okay, I'm going to just quickly get through this, but I want you to just see through this the work that I have done in the past and the work that I love that I've done and my creative journey. I can mentor and guide you people through building great portfolios. And that takes time. That takes energy. That takes creative discipline. And I just want you to see these. Let me interrupt myself here. This is my illustration. From here, I start the student stuff. So I'm going to turn it down and I'm going to talk while this is on. But these are graduating students, not professionals in the industry who have built. This is all Adobe Illustrator stuff. That's all Adobe Illustrator. It's amazing what can happen. And all of these people here that you see, I can name almost every single one. They're professionals in the industry making six figures or more. So it's an incredible journey. This is all Photoshop, this last part. You can see this. I just could keep on going and showing you so many different things here. But these are student-generated portfolio material. And I want to help you build your portfolio. And that starts this semester. Okay? So let me stop this and just go back. And you can watch the portfolio movie by just clicking right there. Okay? So, and my online link to my website is right there. So let's go back now. And let's, I pretty much have guided you through understanding that the modules that you see when you open it up are listed as 16 weeks. Now, if you see down here, I have these assignment items right there, and they show the short list. So I'm going to bring up the short list in a PDF file just like this, and this is the short list right here. And let me zoom in. So I have now broken this down into all the items that are in all the modules. So in week 0, okay, you have to do, and remember, you got to do these in order. You have to do activity 1 to introduce yourself to your peers. You have to do the course acknowledgement and the syllabus quiz. Okay, you have to do those in order. Week 1, exercise 1 to exercise 5, and complete the student introduction to online learning, which I'll show you when I click on it. And then week 2, which again is all due on that May 25th date, you have to do activity 2, 2B, and 3. None of these take a lot of time. None of them do. But that's the official end. So have this in front of you when you're looking at the module. So as I just stated, let's go here and see that you have week 0, okay, week 1, which has the exercises I just showed you, and the activities and the items in week 2. So here's the end of week 2. All we have to do is click over to here and see, oh, that's the end of spring, summer week 1. Then in week, what's listed as week 3 and 4 actually become the end of spring, summer week 2. I know it's going to be a lot, okay? I know that. I just want you to try your best to stay up to speed. Okay, I know you have life's issues going on, but this is a very exciting semester. It really is. So what I want to do now is just show you examples. For instance, here is building a simple shaped owl. Just in actually your week 2, but in the 16 week, it's week 3 and 4. But this is what you're going to actually build. So let's go over to here and let's see little examples from you guys, from students, on the owl. So let me hit the space bar here, and these are what students have built. You're going to be doing this and showing me your creative passion. You can be unique. You can show me your style. You can get it? Hoot. You can show me your style. You can show me, no one's project is like anybody else's for every one of the projects. Okay, those are the owls. in the next week 5 and 6, which, by the way, let me just put this over here. In 5 and 6, it's going to be the end of week 3 in spring summer. Okay, so let's go see what you're going to be doing at that point. So here are the icons you're going to build. And again, these aren't me, this is all students. You're going to build vector icons that show that you can actually do simple graphics. Okay, and look at the diversity of this. These are students, you pick topics that I give you a list of topics. You pick the topic that you want, and then you just go to town. So remember also, and I want to state this really importantly, if that's a good way to say it, you can turn in something, and if you don't like the grade, keep working on it and improve the grade. So if I give, and here's the thing, here's a huge part of the semester. I know I'm stopping here, but this is the logo. I'll just start the logos right here. So I give you 5 companies that you can choose from. Swolemate is 1. You can see that Brewtime Cafe is 2, even though the student spelled brew wrong, which they got downgraded for, and then they fixed it, and then I gave them a better grade. So what I want to tell you is, let's say, and this is why you can do an 8-week semester and fill it up with 16 weeks of stuff. Okay, why? Because let's say on a Monday, Wednesday class for online, let's say on Wednesday night you have a question for the instructor and you cannot work on the assignment until Monday morning when you get back into the on-ground class. On Wednesday, you send me an email saying, Brian, I'm having trouble with the OWL assignment. You attach your OWL assignment to your email. I do a movie on the same night and show you how to fix it. I send the little quick independent personal movie back to you, and you're working again either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. So where on an on-ground class you would have had to wait till Monday morning to continue working, you're back working Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. So you can get so much more done in an on-ground class with this format. Do you understand? Okay, so the line of communication is so important that you stay up to. So I'm just going to show you, these are all incredible design illustration students showing their skill, their creativity, their style, their passion to learn. Look at how wonderful that stuff is. I don't have to show you all of it. I just wanted to show you what was in week 7 and 8. Now here are the textile ones. So you know what? I didn't put anything in there. I should have. What did I do there? Well, here's the t-shirt posters. So these are textile t-shirt posters that were done. Whoops, I made a mistake there. I had to click this, go like that, and then click up here. Now look at these cool t-shirts that were done by you guys. This is using negative and positive color. So you can see here that in some of the illustrations in the center, you can see that like this cat is just all nothing but an outline. So that's really cool. Let me go to the next one and show you here. Whoops, what was that about? I don't need that. What happened there? I didn't want that. I shouldn't have clicked on that. So let me close that and put this on the next screen and show you this again. Okay, there we go. Sorry. And now I can show you these. So you can see here how the cup really became just a frame for graphics, right? And the, let's find a good one. Like that one became the frame for graphics on the inside. So I have so many more to show you, really. Just the creativity is amazing. Here are the character assignments, meaning animated characters are important for so many multimedia exercises, but look at these characters that the students have done. These are incredible. These are beautiful, really cool pieces of, they're totally independent. You guys recognize probably the characters better than I do, but you can see just how amazing that your portfolio is going to end up being, okay? Let me put that on the other screen and continue on. So I wanted to go through a couple of these things from week 0, and let me find the one that I'm thinking here. Okay, it's up here. Complete the student introduction to online learning. You have to do that, and if you haven't done it, if you have done it, go back to your dashboard, go into your courses here, and you can click all courses on top, and that online class that you took should show up in these past enrollments. Now, I have a lot of past enrollments, but you may have that course in there. If you cannot find your course to take a screenshot of it, call the number that I'm giving you, and let's go into the syllabus. That's one thing I should have done way a long time ago in this movie. So let me go back to here. So complete the student introduction to online learning. You can see here that you can go right to the link right here. And if a link doesn't work, or if a date is wrong, would you please let me know? Getting these classes ready, sometimes we overlook things, sometimes a link doesn't work anymore. But here is the enrollment page to go to your course, to start your course. Okay, it says for me, I'm already enrolled. If you go on there because you've logged in through your name, it might say start the course. Okay, and then take a screenshot, and then you would actually submit that screenshot. And it's very easy to do. Once you're done, you can go and submit that screenshot. So let me go back here. And you can see here, it shows you how to take the screenshot, and then this actually shows you how to upload it to me, okay? It wants you to name it correctly. You can have last name, first name, underscore Canvas JPEG, or a PNG. I don't care. So, and if you have any trouble with anything in Canvas, just send me an email. Now, let's go through that process. And I also want to first go to the syllabus. So let's click the syllabus. It obviously has my name. It has the online support. And here is that same number right there. That's the 877-362-2662. If you have problems on Monday morning, you can't get that. I'm sending you this over the weekend, or by Friday, Thursday or Friday, you will have this. So I need you to call that number if you don't see your class. Here are the important days of the class. First day is May 19th on Monday. Spring summer ends on July 12th. Here are the weekly course dates. So it goes from week 1 to week 8. Okay. This is an important message there from Sean Sarcona, who is the new, he was my old student, but he's now the new program coordinator. The link for the Canvas group for MACA is pretty cool. You can see here that you can enroll in this course, but really what it is you're just going to be in a group of other artists and you can post your material. Okay, that's really cool. You should do that. This syllabus talks about, and you're going to have a syllabus quiz, so you better go through all of this here. Okay, you need to have Adobe Illustrator. You must have Adobe Illustrator, and you shouldn't try to work on an iPad. You really need to work on a laptop, on a workstation. But this click right here gets you right into where you can, since you don't have to buy a book, you can afford the $19.99 a month, that's all it is, to actually get the entire Adobe suite. Don't just try to get Illustrator, get the whole suite so you can have Photoshop, InDesign, everything that you need. There's dozens of applications, okay? So make sure by Monday morning you don't want to delay getting into Adobe Illustrator, okay? You want to download it and get it right away. And I wouldn't go to a free trial. I'd buy it now. I'd pay the $19 a month. Again, you don't have to buy a book, so you're saving that much money, okay? So just please go through the syllabus. Here again is the weekly lists from week 0 to week 16, which is really, look what I'm doing, week 1 to week what? 8, right? Okay, please go down and you can see here all of the material that is in the syllabus, that is typical of a syllabus, the grading scale. This is the weekly breakdown of what's due from week 1 to week 2. And notice in here, I even say week 1 is right there, week 2 is there, but what? It's the end of week 1 for spring, summer, right? So if you go down here, week 4 is the end of week 2. So 3 and 4 become 3 here, and 4 become the end of week 2. Week 5 and 6 in a regular 16-week semester become the end of week 3 for the summer. So please go through the syllabus. I am giving you a kind of a strange looking copy of the syllabus on the email that I'm sending you with the link to this movie. So I believe that you understand that I don't want you to panic. I just want you to try to stay up to speed, stay on schedule if you can. If I know the realities of life, okay? I know by the 8th week, just get to the point where if you can finish all the assignments, if you can finish all of these assignments, wonderful. That would be absolutely great, because the character assignment is all the way down here in week 14, 15, and 16, okay, which is really week 7 and 8, all right, for you. But if you want to get into that character assignment, it's so much fun. It really is. It's amazing. And I'll be sending you updated emails saying, skip this thing, or don't do this, or I've changed the due date for that, or whatever, because we have to kind of customize this spring summer semester. Okay, I'm so excited to meet all of you. I'm so excited to learn about you. I even offer my mentoring to you after the semester is over to work on your portfolios, which I do with a lot of different students. I hope I didn't forget anything. One of the things that I'm including is this other assignment. It's a long list which shows every picture. So exercise 3, there's exercise 3. Okay, exercise 4, exercise 5, you can see activity 2. Here is the OWL assignment number 1. So go through these. I'll give these to you also in the email, both the short list assignment and the long list assignment with these images. Try to print them out and have them near you when you're working. Okay, being able to cross off in this short list here. Let's say in week 1 you've completed exercise 1 and all the way to exercise 5. Cross them off. Okay, do the same thing for here, so you know what schedule you're on. Be responsible to your. You're not gonna believe what I'm gonna say, or can't think of the word, but be responsible to your portfolio. Your portfolio needs attention. It's not you that gets the job. It's your portfolio that gets you the job. So your reel or your portfolio are what you are concentrating on. These are like building blocks to get there. And being in Vector is so important. Raster is Photoshop, Vector is Illustrator. Having both of those, no matter what career path you take in multimedia, you really need both Illustrator and Photoshop, as well as a lot of other stuff, to really pursue a great career. And it can be a great 6-figure career. And it's not all about money, okay? It's about loving what you do. And I absolutely love what I do. Here's my online portfolio. Here is what makes me happy. Now I'm doing this nature series, and I absolutely love doing my nature series. I love doing dog portraits for people all over the country, all over the world. I've done so many of these. I just did this one on the right here for Woody, for a woman out of Salt Lake City. She just lost Woody, and that was her best friend. So one of her best friends. So you can see my portfolio here. You can keep on going. You can email me and let me know what you think of this opening movie, of this class, of what your upcoming journey is. Tell me your frustrations. Tell me your worries. Let me know. So the last thing is, and I haven't done it, and I'm glad I actually said what I just said, because I need to show you how to get into the email. So over here on the dashboard is the inbox. I'm going to click it again. And in the inbox, you can see if you need to send me an email, you click this tab right there. You find your class. So this is the spring summer class. And if you want to send me an email, you click the to box and you get the teachers and you get me. So that's how you actually put me in the to. Type the subject, say assignment 1 OWL problem. Write me a very brief sentence of what your problem is, okay? And what? Click the paperclip and attach your Illustrator file. I don't want a JPEG. I don't want a PSD file. I don't want a PNG file. I want the .ai Illustrator file that you're working on, that you're having a problem with. I will send you back a movie. See how this says I can record an audio or video comment? I'm going to do a movie that shows you exactly how to get back on track. So make sure you choose the right class, make sure you choose the right instructor, which is me. Put a subject in and attach your file. I'll hit cancel, but now you know how to get into the Canvas email. So your class should be here. Remember to call that number on Monday morning if you have an issue. Let me know what you think of this by just responding to this introduction email that I'm going to send you with the links, okay? Thank you so much, and I look forward to being your Professor B this semester.